Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Downshift. So a lot has been said about the Corvette C8 starting at under $60,000. There's been plenty of automotive blogs and articles covering this vehicle, but for the most part, they have been in fully loaded Corvette C8s. Now what's different about this car that I'm sitting in right now is that it is as close to the base model as possible. We have the 1LT trim level, no Z51, no magnetic ride, and there's a lot of options that we did not tick for this car right here. So in today's video, what we're gonna do is show you guys exactly what you get for under $60,000 on the Corvette C8. So with this beautifully redesigned Corvette C8 with the mid-engine in the back, you were getting 490 horsepower from the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. It also does have a dual clutch transmission, no stick for those of you that love stick, but the dual clutch transmission comes with paddles and it is exceptionally quick. It also does come with 19-inch rims in the front, 20 in the back. The front, if you are curious, the tires are 245 and the backs are 305. So quite a lot girthier in the back than the front. You do get yourself a removable hardtop, which fits very comfortably in the back cargo area. It just clicks in place and it's very secure. Lots of space back there. And did I mention there is a frunk where there's more cargo space, which is very, very awesome. Now you are also getting GT1 seats standard for $60,000, and at first I thought I'd be a little bit disappointed with them because they're not the GT2s with a nice carbon fiber finish and tighter bolstering, but I have to say these are more than just okay. If you're tracking the car on a daily basis, then you might opt for the GT2s or the competition seats, but for regular driving, even aggressive, sporty driving, these are totally fine. The interior is beautiful, there's lots of stitching all over, and everything in the driver's side feels very oriented towards yourself. It's almost like a fighter jet cockpit, which is really, really awesome. And speaking of the seats, let's have a seat and take a look at the interior here. So, there are plenty of things to talk about on this base model. One of them being the squircle, of course, standard across all variants of the vehicle. I thought it was going to be a little bit of an issue at first, but I like it and it reminds me a lot of a racing steering wheel. Now we do have the driver mode and there's three different options. You can have touring, sport, or track, as well as weather, but it doesn't change any visuals whatsoever. Obviously, one is just when you're touring around, one's a little bit sportier, and track really stiffens everything up in terms of the steering, braking, the gas pedal, and so on and so forth. Moving along here to the center console, we have the screen, and this is where you're going to have the rear view camera. Comes standard across all variants of the vehicle. It has the dual zone climate control, which means the passenger and the driver can independently change their temperature, which is a very nice feature. And then of course, last thing I want to mention is the Bose 10 speaker premium audio system. This is one of the best that I've listened to in a vehicle in quite some time. And once you change some settings in the infotainment center, it's just perfect. Now that we've covered all of the features that come standard on the base model, let's talk about some things that I feel it's missing, because there's quite a few.
Hey, Orest here, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about. So we are here on the passenger side, and it's a pretty good place to be. So what we see here is the passenger side seat, and there is no power bolster adjustment. That goes the same for the driver's side. Furthermore, there is no memory adjustment. Now, if we look over your left shoulder, there is no wireless charging option. That does not exist on the 1LT. Looking at the center stack in the middle here, what we can see is some buttons are missing. They're fully deleted. So you see it on the top and the bottom. That's both for the driver and the passenger side, which is the heated and vented seats for both occupants. Now, if we look in the center, we can see that there is a traction button that is just one wide button. What we can't see there is the nose lift option is completely gone and the center facing cameras button is gone. Transitioning over to the squircle, there is no heated steering wheel option. The button is missing. Furthermore, there is no heads-up display, so don't be looking around and trying to find it because it doesn't exist. Looking over to the driver's side panel, what we can see is a button missing, which is for the power folding mirrors, which is actually a little bit depressing because it's quite standard on most vehicles nowadays. And what you'll also notice is there is no blind spot detection. Looking up to the visor, we can see that there is no built-in garage home opener, which comes standard on the higher trims. Now, if we look in the middle here, we see the rear view mirror, which on the base model does not have the rear view camera. So if you flip the switch, nothing happens. And this right here is where the camera would be. But again, because you do not have that option, it's just a flat panel. So now moving backwards, what we can see here is just completely flat. There is no Z51 package on this vehicle, so there is no spoiler. We also do not have the high wing option, so again, completely flat, and this is what comes with the base model. On the topic of Z51, what you will notice on this model is that there is no front lip. It would be right around here. So you may want to consider getting one of those if you want to have an aggressive look, or if you just want to protect your car from scrapes because you obviously don't want to destroy your underside. Now, if we move over to the wheels, what you can see here is that these brakes are a little bit different than the Z51. First of all, the sticker doesn't show that it's a Z51, and the discs are actually smaller. Now, the final thing that you'll notice is the tires are different than the Z51 model. These are the Michelin all-season PS4 tires, versus if you get the Z51, they are Michelin PS4S summer tires. So as you can see, there are actually a few options missing, both inside and out. But at the end of the day, all that really matters is how much you value these options and how much you actually want to spend.
And as the owner of this vehicle, I will say that not having a lot of these options really doesn't faze me all that much, especially because I am saving $20,000, $30,000 not going for 3LT, C51, and all the other awesome options that you can get on this vehicle. But if you do want it, if there's value in it for you, then go for it. But the one thing I will say, Chevy, you couldn't have thrown in the power folding mirrors. Come on, man, that's pretty standard on a lot of vehicles these days. But all jokes aside, guys, that is it for the video. We hope you enjoyed and learned something about the vehicle. This is what you get for $60,000 on the Corvette C8. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more daily Corvette content. We're going to be pumping out lots and lots of videos with this, including wrapping the roof in black very, very soon. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.